We're delighted to be here today. Here we are at St Mary's Barns, at the Barns Music Festival, and tonight we are putting on the launch concert for the Stephen Dodgson International Choral Project. The idea behind this longer-term project is really to engage with choirs at all levels all over the world, making people aware of this untapped treasure trove of choral music by Stephen Dodgson. Tonight we are bringing together 3 separate choirs to collaborate on Stephen Dodgson's choral music, performing a massive range of Stephen Dodgson's choral works. So we have a professional consort of 10 and 2 other chamber choirs, and not only are they coming together to collaborate on one epic big piece at the end, but they're each bringing their own voice and take to different pieces of Stephen's. We also have pieces with flute and harp, and we have some beautiful miniatures for upper voices, some of his more angularly playful music and some of his really richly evocatively moving music. The themes particularly tonight are both about nature and love and sometimes quite rustic characters. And these different stories quite often have joy and love in them, but quite often have an undercurrent of pain and darkness too.
The music that Stephen writes is so text-based. He really transforms these poems.
What I love about Dodgson's music is how finely crafted it is. And in a setting like tonight, where you've got a really sort of close-knit audience, it's very easy to get text across. And I thought if we really focus on the text, it will make the music just come to life.
I absolutely love Stephen's music. There's something very intrinsic, very honest about it. In the festival, we really celebrate our local composers, and he's absolutely up there with composers such as Holst and Howells.
Then I remembered all the beasts that died.
He was quite stylistically versatile, and he composed in a lot of genres, a lot of instrumentations, different styles from piece to piece. There's lots to get stuck into in this music. Textually, he sets the text in quite an interesting way, but also musically.
There are some music that you might feel has been influenced by quite old styles, Hildegard of Bingen and Plainsong and very early polyphony, but there are some corners of Dodgson's music that could quite easily come from the 1960s avant-garde movement and everything in between.
The harpist was brilliant at playing with the choir. I felt it was real proper accompanying, and she was like commenting on what the choir was doing, but the way it all fitted together was incredibly impressive.
The stuff we did with all 3 choirs, the 2 choral songs, are amazing. Especially the last one, which is just like pure elation. Oh, it's genuinely brilliant. The really quiet stuff as well, the stuff from the Christmas collection, the Echoing Carol and All Bells in Paradise. so beautiful and so nicely set. Like his understanding of choral voices are like brilliant. And the harmony is just, oh.
It's very tender music, and it treats the words very carefully and very thoughtfully, so it allows singers to really explore the meaning of the words.
You find this playful language both in Stephen Dodgson's music and indeed in the texts he chose.
The song about the bees, it was fast and literally buzzy. He asks you in the score to finish the word buzz, singing on the zzz. As a singer, you normally sing on vowels and you get the consonants out of the way.
The International Choral Project will aim to engage with choirs all over the world, choirs of all levels, everything from amateur to pro choirs, from children's choirs, youth choirs, through to choral societies, vocal ensembles. And the idea is that through this, we will be able to discover many choirs we weren't even aware of, equally give them the opportunity to perform and discover this wonderful music. And I think each choir has their own voice, so it'll be interesting to see each choir's take on these pieces and which pieces speak to them, which pieces they choose. And I hope also that the Barnes Music Festival and the Stephen Dodgson Charitable Trust will enable them to have a larger platform, reach larger audiences, look at cross-pollinating between different festivals, different choirs, and equally any way that we can support them in enabling such cross-pollination practically and maybe with financial grants too. There's been a real resurgence of interest in his works, both in terms of performance and recording over the last decade or so. But there's a wealth of untapped choral works as well, and that's what we're here about today.
It's really good to meet so many people who are interested enough to turn out to a concert exclusively of one person's music, and I think that's probably an indication that his music will stand the test of time, and I expect in 100 years, 150 years, people will still be, whether it's here in Barnes or someplace else, performing Stephen Dodgson's music.
It's so, I don't have any words. It's just so nice.